Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 Morning News.
Good Sunday morning to you. It is 10:30. You're looking live over our beautiful Charm City, and you're in the right place this June 4th. I'm Taylor Stewart. Thanks for being with us. Let's get right over to your forecast, because if you haven't been outside, it's nice.
Yeah, really nice out there. Nicer than yesterday. Clouds giving way to sun, plus it's refreshing. Low 60s to start off your Sunday morning. Perfect for a walk, a jog, a run, whatever you want to do outside. Maybe it's knocking out some yard work. Looks great for that, too. As we head through the afternoon, we'll enjoy some sunshine and some warming temperatures. We should end up in the low 70s by lunchtime, upper 70s to near 80 by day's end. And temperatures are going to stay pretty consistent all week long and actually near normal. We've got a stretch coming up of the low 80s. That's going to take us through much of the week. We're near 80 degrees on Monday, and then low 80s will follow Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, we do have one issue with our forecast in the week ahead. I'll let you know exactly what that is in just about 10 minutes. Taylor?
We begin this morning with the city in crisis. One person is dead after a shooting along Eastern Avenue in East Baltimore. This happened just before 4:30 p.m. Saturday, and Baltimore police say that man was shot several times and taken to the hospital, where he later died. Police say there may have been a second victim, but they haven't been able to locate that person. If you have any information about the shooting, give police a call or Metro Crime Stoppers. It's already been a violent start to June across the city. 3 additional people were shot yesterday, one in North Baltimore, one in West Baltimore, and in Federal Hill. Fed Hill is one of the 3 targeted curfew enforcement areas where city leaders are asking people who live and work around the city to patrol the area. Now, that request drew some backlash. Take a listen.
Is there going to be some sort of a background check system? You can't send people in there blindly. To do what? Just be hall monitors?
Now, this most recent shooting leaving residents on edge, wondering if volunteering to enforce the youth curfew would put their own safety in jeopardy. Vincent Hill has more.
While Baltimore police were patrolling near Light Street and East Cross Street around 1:45 Saturday morning.
That's pretty chaotic, pretty scary to be that close to it.
Chaos breaking out just a few feet away. One man shot in the back at Patapsco and East Cross Street. Max works at a nearby bar, calling the recent crime in Fed Hill out of control.
It's kind of Wild West when you're on your own out here when it's 3 or 4 in the morning, and there's a lot of other stuff that requires police.
One of the things that doesn't require police, enforcing this city's youth curfew.
We want to relieve them of something that has been their sole duty for as long as I've been breathing air in Baltimore.
Instead, Mayor Brandon Scott enlisting city-employed volunteers. This shooting at one of the 3 designated curfew hotspots, calling into question, would those volunteers be in danger of becoming a victim themselves?
I am out right now, but like late at night, it gets dicey.
Fox 45, speaking with residents in the area. Jonathan, standing in the same spot where a man was shot, surprised how close the violence was to his front door.
I live right behind Bandito, so I could throw a rock at this spot.
Keontae, a longtime Fed Hill resident, says no part of the city is immune to Baltimore's gun violence.
There's always going to be violence in the city. It's Baltimore, like, people got guns.
On Friday, Fox 45 reached out to the mayor's office, asking, was the city able to locate enough volunteers? His office has still not replied. And while it's not clear if those volunteers will feel a sense of safety, those in Fed Hill say they certainly don't.
Are you concerned for your safety when you're walking through?
100%, yeah. And that's the sad thing is I gotta leave cash at work. I gotta Uber instead of even scoot anymore because you just don't know out here right now.
That brings us to our question of the day. Do you believe the city is prepared to enforce youth curfew all summer? So far, 96% of people who have voted say no. You can go to foxbaltimore.com/vote to weigh in. The mayor's office for neighborhood safety and engagement unveiled 2 new programs aimed at curbing youth violence. The Safe Passage Initiative will put city employees near schools from 2 to 5 in the afternoon to keep the peace, offer resources to students. And that program is being piloted at 2 schools. Muncie also unveiled the Peace Mobile, a bus deployed to communities in need of resources following a traumatic event. They'll help residents in the healing process. Now, Baltimore's top prosecutor, Ivan Bates, introducing plans to address quality of life crimes in the city with a new citation docket he rolled out just last week. But some are worried the program won't improve the quality of life for everyone. Maxine Stryker has the community concerns and Bates' response.
We're here today to discuss
announcing a new citation docket for low-level offenses. Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates is touting accountability.
Not in this position to coddle individuals, but we're trying to get them help. If they don't want help, they will be prosecuted.
For adults 18 years and older, citations will cover a multitude of offenses, including several dirt bike charges, loitering, and possession with intent to distribute marijuana. It's a stark contrast from Bates' predecessor, Marilyn Mosby, who stopped prosecuting crimes she considered low-level in March of 2021.
My hope is that Baltimore City will be a model.
We feel that this is the way.
But not everyone thinks so. Criticism has been flowing in on social media, people calling the plan terrible. One Twitter user saying, look how they constantly set young black men up to be criminalized. Another saying Baltimore loves to focus on policing black people rather than implementing initiatives that actually help the city. On Twitter, Bates responding to the criticism, pushing back, going on to further clarify the docket, saying law enforcement officers will first warn individuals before issuing a citation, but this is not an arrest. Eligible defendants will be advised of their rights and given the opportunity to complete community service and be referred to wraparound services. First-time offenders will receive up to 5 hours of community service, second-time offenders up to 10 hours, and those who complete the community service will have their case dismissed. Only those who refuse will go to the criminal docket or those who reoffend for a third time.
At the end of the day, it's not about trying to have a person have a criminal record. We really just want to divert these individuals to job training, to educational training and things like that.
Bates calling his plan fair and equitable when questioned on whether it's a good use of resources.
What I can tell you is the people that live in the community, they say this is the correct form of uses of resources. They are sick and tired of being sick and tired of the city.
Commissioner Michael Harrison agreeing, saying this is not about mass incarceration or aggressive policing.
This is not about arresting our way out of violent crime or burdening people with citations.
It's very minimal interaction with the police. It's a citation. Now you're going to come to the courthouse. And when you come to the courthouse, we're focusing on wraparound services. But at the end of the day, we just cannot allow people to do whatever they want.
In Baltimore, Maxine Stryker, Fox 45 News.
To be eligible for community service alternatives, the defendant must have no pending charges for a crime of violence or a handgun offense. The defendant must also not currently be on probation or parole for a violent crime. They also cannot have an outstanding warrant. People who are referred to the citation docket only 2 times. Bates is now asking for another $800,000 from the city to help fund this effort and his office.
The standards are for every 100 officers, there should be at least one person reviewing body camera footage. Baltimore City has 4 individuals reviewing body camera footage.
Cases involve multiple.
The $800,000 budget calls for $300,000 to staff new review body camera footage and another $500,000 to hire more prosecutors. Right now, the mayor's budget proposal does not account for that additional $500,000 or so. Bates' budget hearing is scheduled to begin tomorrow at 7 o'clock at City Hall. 2 children shot in front of Sandalwood Elementary School in Baltimore County. An update on their condition this morning and how a parent is reacting.
And we are looking at a mostly dry and nice end to the weekend. Plenty of sunshine in the week ahead, too, with near normal temperatures, meaning our highs are near 80 degrees each day. I'm tracking a lack of rain, though. I'll break down the numbers for you in just a couple of minutes. It's 10:38. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News.
All right, we're learning more about a shooting that happened on Friday in Essex. It sent 2 children to the hospital. Baltimore County Police say it started as a verbal disagreement in front of Sandalwood Elementary School along South Maryland Avenue. Police say they are not looking for any suspects at this time and charges are pending. Fox 45 News spoke to a mother who was nearby when the shooting happened, saying the shooting is a sad part of reality.
It's middle school kids. I have a middle school myself. It's sad. The kids, they shouldn't even have access to these guns, and they do.
Now, this is a developing story. We're going to keep you up to date as more information becomes available. In Parkville, a man was shot along Kings Ridge Road, though police say this happened around 1 o'clock yesterday morning. He was taken to the hospital. He's expected to survive. Baltimore County Police say they have a suspect in custody, but they're asking anyone with more information to contact the department.
May's jobs report blowing expectations out of the water. I'm Atrell Nashar with why economists are celebrating even though the unemployment rate went up.
And making an impact at a young age, how one organization is teaching Baltimore's youngest to keep themselves protected. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News, all local, all morning. Survivors Against Violence Everywhere, or SAVE. They're helping families heal from the trauma of gun violence. Photojournalist Morgan Pravado, she was at their event yesterday in Cold Spring. She shares their powerful message.
This is a new day.
The day of remembrance. We're having a revitalizing the mind, body, and spirit.
I am claiming that you are going to leave this event different from when you walked in.
We are in an organization that I would pray and hope that no one would actually come to or be a part of, like a dry desert with no water.
I am declaring, now you are found.
SAVE is a place where we help each other to cope with the devastation that we are going through.
Finding that community is like finding home, finding your family.
Because we've lost children through violence in Baltimore City, we are a part of that organization.
Well, I got started with SAVE in 2008 when I lost my first son, but I lost 2 sons, my only 2 children.
And I've been with SAVE since 2014 when I lost my only son.
They have been a great, tremendous help to all of us.
Yes.
Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't probably be standing here.
Today, it is something for people that lost their loved ones to come out, get a little nurturing of wellness.
You never lose. You only learn.
Our lives are not the same anymore.
Right.
Our lives are totally changed, so that's why we do what we do.
We want our children to be remembered, not only by ourselves, but others. We will be releasing butterflies in the memory of loved ones that we've lost.
Aww.
These are my babies. I had to nurture them all night.
And that's why it's so important to keep our loved ones' memories alive. You know, my son, to me, I know they would never die because they live within me. They live in my heart.
The East Baltimore community is holding a workshop to help young people protect themselves from crime in the city. Operation Pulse hosted the event with programs targeted at gun safety, anti-bullying, sexual harassment, and cybercrime. Pulse's director, Samuel Redd, has been doing this for 20 years. He says they've had to adapt to changes throughout history in that time.
We've seen the change with the change in the environment, change in the different types of crime and violence. There's a lot of crime now with young people with guns and things like that. So we address every aspect of violence as it grows or changes in and around the community. But our whole focus is on prevention.
Pulse runs quarterly workshops and also works with local Baltimore children in churches as well as schools. Talk about a surging end to the week on Wall Street. All three major indexes up more than 1%. The Dow had the biggest jump, up more than 2%, all on the heels of the May's job report. That jobs report shattered expectations. Almost 340,000 new jobs were added to the economy. Beneath that number, the red-hot market shows signs of balancing out. National correspondent Atra Alanchar explains.
The latest jobs report giving economists reason to be optimistic. A surge of new jobs, but the unemployment rate ticked up to 3.7%.
What that means is that we are in the soft landing territory. Things are slowing down.
A soft landing, the ideal scenario in which inflation can come down through an ease in demand without triggering a recession. Experts focus on trends, not any 1 month of data, but something happened in May that caught some off guard.
It was actually youth unemployment that ticked up quite a bit. But it's youth unemployment for whites particularly. It went up to about a little over 9%, which is quite high for that population.
Summer job season may remedy that, which would also help employers who are still short-staffed and young people who can be especially vulnerable to high inflation. According to a recent Deloitte survey, 46% of Gen Zs and 37% of millennials have taken on a second part-time or full-time job. The top reason is to supplement income. The second is to develop skills and relationships. Some of the most popular side jobs for young adults, according to Deloitte, are selling goods or services online, gig work like ride sharing, art, and social media influencing. We're also seeing new indications that workers are growing pessimistic about the future. A new ZipRecruiter survey shows that job seekers expect there to be fewer open positions by the end of this year, and 61% say they feel financial pressure to take the first job they're offered. Economists at the Federal Reserve predict a mild recession later this year. Along with youth unemployment, experts are keeping a close eye on jobless rates for Black and Hispanic workers.
Those are the most vulnerable groups that are often hurt first. So we do need to keep an eye and hope that those come back down and continue to trend downwards.
And hope that whatever economic transition occurs is steady, not a shock. In Washington, I'm Atrell Nashar reporting.
All right, we're looking forward to a sunny Sunday, but let's see about the rest of your work week. We'll have to check with meteorologist Amy Aronson. How are we looking?
Yeah, lots of sunshine, but unfortunately the one thing we actually do need is a little bit of rain. According to our drought monitor, we are looking at moderate drought conditions around the Baltimore area, abnormally dry for the rest of us. That's the bright yellow here on the map. We haven't seen a ton of rain recently. Actually, so far for the year, we're only at 10 inches, puts us about 7 inches below where we should be, so well below average. We do have blue skies and sunshine right now, though. Pretty start to your Sunday, low 60s to begin, so very comfortable too. Not much happening on the weather map. We have high pressure to thank for that. That's building overhead, keeping us bright and sunny today. and actually for the next couple of days. Not really tracking any big weather makers here. We'll stay completely rain-free both today and again tomorrow. Not much changing here. As we head to Tuesday, we are tracking a weak little cold front dropping in from the north, kind of like what we saw yesterday. It's not going to come with much moisture, a stray shower at most during the afternoon. Not enough rain to help break that drought monitor and help clear that up, though. But today, you can head out to the pool. No need to worry about showers or storms. We've got lots of sunshine, temperatures in the mid and actually upper 70s through the afternoon, getting awfully close to 80, which puts us near normal. Over the next couple of days, it's going to be nice and warm. Low 80s Tuesday and Wednesday, too. A stray shower possible on Tuesday, but it looks like we're dry and we're seasonable all the way through midweek. Actually, all the way through our 7-day forecast. So temperatures are near normal pretty much every single day here. We're close to 80 on Monday. I did put that little chance for a shower in there on Tuesday. It's not a big one. After that, things look really quiet for the second half of the week. We've got a sunny stretch coming up Wednesday, Thursday, all the way through the start of the weekend, and temperatures will be near normal every single day. So pretty consistent 7-day forecast here. Low 80s Wednesday and Thursday, upper 70s on Friday, and even next weekend looks like it's off to a dry start with highs in the low 80s then too. Taylor?
Somebody sang down the house as Governor Westmore was hosting a promotion ceremony at the Maryland National Guard. It was at Morgan State University. General Jandine Birkin is promoted to Major General. She's led Maryland's military department since May of 2018. It currently oversees nearly 7,000 National Guard members. And Pride Month celebrations continue in Annapolis with plenty of energy during the parade. Joe shared this video with us of dancers carrying a pride flag and the Mexican flag. And how about some love for these guys? Cookie and Panda, the Fox, showing off their rainbow-inspired costumes. Look at that. And Andy, thank you, Andy. He got a picture with one of the furries saying he's looking for as many photos as he can. Love it. We want to see how you're celebrating Pride this year. Go ahead and scan that QR code on your screen. It's going to take you to foxbaltimore.com/chime-in. There you can upload your pictures, also your videos. It's powered by Stackla. We are looking on up to a lot of sunshine today with temperatures, you heard her, in the mid-70s, maybe 80s later. Well, meteorologist Amy Aronson's going to join us back over here and tell you how your work week is going to shape up in her exclusive 7-day forecast.